Brown guy with tattoos. I think I'm covered. We're looking for a brown guy with tattoos. Perfect. What
Is
shooters
that
we
the
have?
AK day?
That was the AK day. So
Chest blasted?
chest. He just won.
How about this? We'll give something for the listeners. All right.
Dude, if people understood that they can get slapped at any fucking point in time, they would legitimately shut the fuck up. Fucking take the labels off of this shit. They want to drink the bleach, drink the bleach. So day drinking, and then and I was like,
I caught that. I'm like, motherfucker, it's 11.
We're at
It's
work.
11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
Work at least.
It's 11
I
o'clock
was
in the
at work
morning.
too, but I was like, yes.
Now it's time for you to talk about blood dick.
All right.
Why the fuck were you guys talking about that before the fucking episode? Hashtag blood dick.
So awesome.
Welcome to the Covert Standard. Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for listening to the Covert Standard. Just want to pop in real quick. We had to edit this in a little bit, and we'll definitely give a shout out to our sponsor. We got so into our
the conversation
topic.
got so intense that we forgot to give a shout out to Stone, so we thought we'd throw this out there. So Stone Cold Works, he is a fantastic Cerakoter. So if you're bored with your boring black gun, look him up, stonecoldworks.com. Give him a shout. He has pricing sheets on his website. He is a super talented Cerakotist. I guess that's the best way of saying it. And
he's been doing a lot of pieces for us.
Just let him know that we sent you, and he'll hook you up.
If you watch Covert Standard's Instagram page, the AK that I have him doing right now will be up there eventually. It's gonna be pretty dope. I can't wait.
So also, I know that we've said this a couple times, but boy, has it become real relevant. We record these a week back. We record
these are about a week old.
Right. And so when this episode happens, we talk a lot about George Floyd, but it was before anything. Like we watched the video, and that was it. Of like
That's all
our raw reaction of like the videos come out. The officer went under investigation the next day. I believe this is the third day before any protests had actually happened. Like literally hours after we were done recording is when the protests turned violent and went to riots.
And riots and everything like that.
Yeah.
So bear with us.
None of that stuff had happened.
We are recording, or we have recorded the other episode that we want to release, but we're trying to keep everything in kind of a timeline. So everything's a week early that we record, so a lot of things have happened then. So bear with us. I know that this is like old news that we're about to talk about.
You can listen to my optimism thinking that the country might not burn.
We actually were optimistic thinking that this was not going to turn into that, but we were wrong. So you can catch that on our next episode. So just enjoy this one.
See you guys.
Later. Yes. What's up? What's going on? Welcome to the Covert Standard. Well, we're saying too much good shit. I had to turn on the fucking mic like ASAP. I got to turn the fan now. I got to get that going. Yeah.
We're totally unprepared. Thanks for listening, guys.
So if you're getting robbed at a store and the guy has a gun, but it's with his feet only,
what do you do?
What do you do? Do you still shoot him like normal, or do you like?
How good is he with his feet?
I don't know. He has a gun in his feet.
Would slap his foot and punch him in the face.
Which toe is in the
funny.
trigger guard? I'm not too worried about the pinky. I'm going to be honest.
I don't know. I assume the big toe.
But hold on, is he holding the gun properly with his feet? Like, does he have?
You cannot hold it properly. You can't.
I mean,
physically, you can't.
I have seen videos.
There's some impressive shit out there.
No, I know, but you can't. Like, do you have your toe off of it? So that's good trigger discipline. Is that the same thing? Or
I have seen videos of people that have grown up their entire lives from childbirth on. They have no arms that can do just about anything you can do with their feet. Like just about anything. They can make food.
I mean, because I can do some
they
gross
can eat.
stuff,
They can brush their teeth. They can
do all
They
that.
can literally do all functions just with their feet.
Even the disgusting shit.
Yes,
I do a lot.
Even
of
that kind of stuff.
I do a lot.
Talk
of
about
Lots of shit that you're going to like.
But like,
I mean, we were talking about pillows the other night.
So yes,
Pillows?
The pillow that.
Pillow
I don't want to talk about that.
Daughter
Let's not talk about that.
The house.
I don't want to know about that.
Throw it out there. By all means, elaborate. Tell everybody what you're talking about.
All right.
But anyway, so is he holding like the gun properly? Like, can he fire that gun, or she? Is it he or she?
A dude, I think.
I looked like it. I mean, he racked the slide
With his fucking feet?
Yeah.
That's some. Wait, was it a PK 380
It looked like
or an easy?
It looked like a high point.
There's no fucking way somebody racked the slide with their foot. There's no way.
Dude,
That really
no,
happened?
Rack that
Let me-
bitch with his foot.
All right, you guys are gonna have to get a live reation on an audio show to something visual, but let me see if I can pull it up for you.
It was
buddy.
impressive.
I think you should go for the nub.
To just fight him?
I think you should just grab a nub and try to armbar his nub.
I mean, The person that he's trying to rob is just kind of ignoring him. Like,
He's legit. Wow.
describe it. Come on, this is a
So
audio show.
there's a guy laying back, and
Is
he's
it just
literally
me?
manipulating the handgun. He's in a wheelchair.
Did he just check
Yeah.
the mag too?
He's in an electronic chair.
He's in an electronic chair. He's literally he racked the slide, and he's pointing it at. There, everybody's ignoring him. And everybody's just like, yeah, okay, guy.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
Get out of here.
shoot.
That's awesome. That guy.
What are you gonna roll away?
I want to give. I want to give that guy a high five.
Ooh. High foot.
A high foot.
Yeah.
A high five. I just want to high five that guy.
High toe.
Like he would just slap
One
his.
toe.
How would that work?
What's the surfing expression? A hang five? Because it's
Ooh.
the feet.
You see how smart
Clap
F is? Yeah.
Dude,
Good reference.
okay, so like I thought that we were fucking magical in the Philippines. Like we like to pick shit up off the floor with their feet. So I thought we were like fucking like awesome. But
Hey,
no, this
before
guy fucking tops the cake.
Before you get too confident that white people do that shit too.
Nah, but see y'all got like long ass toenails. Y'all be raking shit up. Like
fuck?
we grab shit with our toes.
What do you mean, y'all?
Y'all.
Yeah, what do you mean, y'all?
Y'all.
Yeah.
I said y'all. Like as in you guys.
No.
Have like some fucking
I
long
like
ass
The white people
The-
you learned that from
The-
has long ass toenails.
So we use the y'all reference as like really white, and then we go back into the I'm brown. So
Yeah.
then he goes back into.
But
his
y'all be
accent.
raking
See,
shit.
Y'all be.
Y'all be
Y'all.
y'all be raking shit.
Yeah.
Like we actually articulate our toes to like pick things up as if they were fingers.
I mean, I
Why?
do that too.
Okay. Well.
I'm too like when you're
lazy.
when you work out and you're really stiff and you can't like I need to get that,
Or-
but I can't bend down. So hold
Or
on.
when you have more material around the middle section like Fred does.
oh
Does have
Ow!
to be able to
ha and look, I'm not even a mean one tonight. It's Hef.
I know you ain't talking
Let's-
about the fucking
all right.
midsection right
not
now.
as
All right.
much as you. Not
Fight
as much
to the
as you.
death. Fight to the death on a podcast. Go.
I'll put my cardio to test against you. I will. I'll put it to test.
I'm not gonna lie, you're a win right now.
I'll put it to test. We can do this right now.
Shit right now.
Let's have a contest, audio show. All you hear is gonna hear.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound real dirty. It's gonna be an hour.
Anyway.
I got you, bitch.
So, guy robs store with feet. That's crazy. I could never imagine that.
Only in
actually
America.
happening. Well, I mean, how would you handcuff him?
With his feet.
Would you just
Foot to foot.
You just foot to
ankle
foot, like
locks?
ankles,
Zip ties.
Yeah,
Question.
ankle.
zip ties,
Question.
the
Zip
feet
ties.
together.
Do you call Guinness? 'Cause that
Oh.
seems like something that Guinness would
He
want to
could
know.
probably-
Do you need to put like bags over his feet? Try to keep him from being able to grab stuff.
If he shoots the gun, then yes, actually.
Bro, all I'm saying is that that's a lot of talent there. I think the guy can become famous doing something
Right.
like a sideshow
Just-
Bob thing.
Make sure that he's out of jail first.
The
I mean,
police
he
show up
could have
and
went
they're
a
just
whole
like,
other way.
nice.
But anyway, so lots of stuff has been happening. Recently, or not recently, I can say today, but like this thing's gonna be posted so far ahead that it's like it's probably gonna change. Anyway, but
But
how
everything does.
how eerie, right? How eerie the fucking world is right now, and I'm sick and tired of it. So we went to Universal. Okay, and Universal just not Universal Studios, but the City Walk, the first
Yep.
opening portion is open for people to go and check out the restaurants and everything like that. And they've been posting it on the news and everything like that for people to go. So we decided to call ahead the day before to get reservations because we don't know how busy it's going to be. We know that the 6 foot distancing is still a thing. You have to wear a mask and all this. All these
CDC guidelines, yeah.
so
all that
CDC
bullshit.
guidelines. So we think that that's going to be at place. So we wanted to basically schedule or reserve our seats, for the restaurant. They told us we don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
Okay, cool, whatever. So we drive there. It's quite a distance from here, and we drive to City Walk. We get to the front, and it is fucking weird. So the first thing is that the parking is all complimentary. So that's cool.
Mhm.
All right, the parking's all complimentary. We didn't have to like stop anywhere and show anybody an ID or pay for parking, So we went in. We go to I think it's like the first or second level. Once we get there, we're, flagged down to go park. And they have all of the vehicles. Every other parking space you're parked. Right? Every other
wow,
parking
that-
space.
that
Like they
ridiculous.
went to that fucking length of it. So we're parked, every other parking space, which, whatever. Who gives a fuck? Park me wherever, I'll go. And then they require you, like, you have to wear a mask, otherwise you can't be there. Like, period. You have to wear a mask. And that already annoys the fuck out of me right there. Like, I have to fucking wear a mask because that's supposed to stop shit. We've already been over this already. So we start going through there, and this is where it starts getting weird. We're going, how they have the electric motor or the people movers, right? So it's like a not an escalator, but it's like the walkway, right? So
I like people movers. Oh, that's not good.
So we're on the people movers. We're moving. And all
Let
you
him tell
hear,
a story first.
I know I'm not interrupting, but I'm impressed right now by the internet. Sorry.
all you hear over the fucking intercom over and over, I'm talking about it's playing like repetitively over and over again, is you must, or all customers must wear masks. Please stand 6 feet apart. Da, da, da. And it's like going over, like it's over and over and over again. Like it's so, like you would think it'd be like, here, and then 10 minutes later, maybe they'll repeat it. No, it's like fucking repetitive. And you're going down this aisleway and there's nobody there. It's like fucking, there's like 5 people. So we start going through the people mover. We're hearing this over and over and over again. And we get to the fucking...
I know, it makes it sound like you have to be fat to be on that thing.
I mean, it's literally what it is. I mean, you can walk faster than
I get that.
You know?
But you can walk faster when you're on it.
When you're on it. But we have to stay 6 feet apart, so we can't walk faster.
There's only 5 people. Yes, you can.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, but those 5 people make up the entire fucking thing.
I was about to say, they're all
all 6 feet. So anyway, so we get up to the first station. The first station, it's got this fucking person that's like completely mask gloved and fucking face shield and face mask and like everything. And they got a whole entire table full of cleaning supplies. Like hand sanitizers and fucking all types of shit. And they got these fucking electric thermometers. And they fucking boop on your fucking forehead.
It's like I Am Legend.
And it tells you, tells you straight up. It's like if you have a temperature of 104, you will be sent home. You will not be able to enter. And it's just over and over again, repetitive. So I'm starting to get like this fucking feeling like, what the fuck? I feel trapped right now. Like I feel like I'm going into like a fucking
PTSD's kicking in.
Jail or something, like or a concentration camp. I mean, I'm going to my death.
Kind of is.
So after the first station, they say, okay, good to go. Then they have us going to the actual metal detectors, right? We empty our pockets and stuff.
You get out to that point, the security checkpoint,
and they have all that separated too. Like everything's like completely separate.
Is that still in like the hub?
Yes,
like
the
that
central hub,
yeah.
Which is weird because that never used to be like that. But
no, they changed that a little bit ago.
So they have us go through the central hub, and we're like, okay, cool, whatever. So then we finally like get past all the security and everything, and we're walking up to go to the restaurant, and everybody's like spread out, and that's all you hear is over and over again. And there's these 2 people standing at the top of the fucking balcony, yelling down at everybody like, "Hey guys, thanks for joining us," and like just saying like they're making up things like they have. Well, there's nothing to say.
Hi, people.
There's nothing really open. The movie theaters are closed. The restaurants are open, and they're like, "Yeah, you could walk around the entire place if you want to, but nothing's open." And like it was just, we did that. And then we went to the fucking restaurant.
Which one? Where'd you go?
We went to Bubba Gump's.
Okay.
Right? So Bubba Gump's is like, they got delicious food. In my opinion, it's seafood, right?
I always go to Cowfish. I've never even bothered.
I've never even went to Cowfish. I've heard
Cowfish
that was good, though.
Is good as fuck.
I heard it was good. Bubba Gump's is, if everybody knows the movie Forrest Gump, it's awesome, right? It's an awesome movie. Yeah, Forrest Gump. You didn't know that?
Fuck you, Jenny.
So
that one.
Bubba was Forrest's friend that died when they went to war in Vietnam.
You don't have to.
And Nam.
Well, you said what? Like I thought.
I was being sarcastic. I've delivered food to both of these places.
Oh,
shrimp gumbo. Are you smelling your shit?
Yeah, I think I just got peed on by your dog.
Did your dog really just?
Yeah.
Your dog really just peed on?
Yes.
Was it like a
marking territory?
He brushed his wiener on you,
No,
or he just peed on you?
No, he definitely peed on
He
me.
doesn't even have balls.
He had a couple drips and just
really just happened.
I don't see any wet ground around you.
It's on his leg.
I'm just making up my fucking my legs
no,
wet.
I'm just saying, like, how much?
Is your
I
sock
want to
wet?
know volume.
Marking territory is like a little drop or two. I do it.
So is it a drop?
I know how it
was
goes.
Just a drop?
It's probably like 3.
3 drops?
Yeah.
Was it one? Was it
so
one?
I have to clean up this carpet at all?
No, it should just
What
be
a
my
good
leg.
job, buddy.
Want to pour some whiskey on it?
I can't believe you just did that shit. That's crazy.
I can't either. Now I have to fucking pee on him.
You do have to pee on him, otherwise
I
he
mean,
owns
that's
you.
the rules. That's the rules.
You know you're gonna get peed on when you get home, right?
Oh, I know. That's what I'm thinking. Because
son of a
they've
bitch.
both been fucking smelling
His
me.
dogs are gonna be like, "Fuck
And
you."
so that means that my fucking dogs have peed on these fucking shoes too. So get out of here. You're gonna pee on me more? None of that. Go.
So you just get peed on nonstop.
Yes. Yes.
Because I peed on you too.
Sorry.
Yes.
Keep going. Bubba Gump.
It's too late. I'm already fucking done with the story.
He's interested in the pee story.
Yeah, now just, we're talking about peeing on
Did
Chase.
you guys actually go to Universal, or you just go to City Walk?
We just went to City Walk.
Ah. Okay.
I lost my traction on that, so moving on.
Yeah, bro. It's just like it's a jail.
It was like a fucking concentration camp. Like I literally felt like I was going to my death.
Yeah.
Like it was just a repetitive over and over again. The extreme fucking precautions that they were trying to take and everything. And I get people are just trying to be, they're just trying to do the customer service aspect on it and try to, be understanding of the this bullshit ass fucking pandemic that we're supposedly in. And yeah, it's just, I don't like it. I'm fucking tired of it. I hate it. I hate that we're still doing this. It's been fucking months now.
Did you get to the limited menu part?
Oh no, yeah. Well, that's something different than what I want to talk about. I was just pissed off that we did all of that security checkpoint and everything like that, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, we have a limited menu."
It's everywhere, bro.
Thanks for driving, that far to get.
Yeah,
here,
you wouldn't have come out if they fucking told you that.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah,
but now they got you there, bitch.
Yeah, so now you can.
Where are you gonna go?
You could pick between a burger with cheese, and like a pasta.
What?
At a seafood place?
Dude, it was like, when I say a limited menu, they have like 6 pages in their menu. It was 1 page.
Yeah.
Not even 1 page. Like a half.
But it makes sense, like with COVID and being shut down, and like they had all that food go bad. Now they got to restock. Like it makes sense to have a really limited menu.
You never been out in
Just
like,
from
the public for
from the
chow?
logistics
That's
side
the
of running
only-
a kitchen.
All that food went bad.
Right.
Everything in the warehouse is bad.
Yeah.
Like every
that
restaurant
sucks. All
that
that
I've
shit's
gone to,
wrong.
it's fucking limited. It's very, you have
That was the first time.
basics of things.
A lot of that stuff too. The
it's
way
very
that they
limited.
scheduled it is like, it's close.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah. So we were going to talk about this unfortunate series of events in Wisconsin, I believe.
Minnesota.
Same
white people thing.
George Floyd is the gentleman that passed away. Just because Instagram's so awesome, I follow hashtags. I follow a lot of shit, and I had like all the details on the story. We were kind of watching the video before this started, which is pretty rough. And then I was just kind of impressed by the internet because it's on Back to the Badge, which is generally a very positive law enforcement thing, and this is being co-opted by someone that's in intense sarcasm of the picture of the event with remember to thank your law enforcement. Have no idea how hard it is to be a police officer until you yourself have killed a black or brown man. Blue Lives Matter. And then with a bunch of hashtags, MAGA 2020. Touche, sir. All right.
Dark.
But
Going dark fast.
So all 4 officers that were involved in this thing were all fired or let go. They're fired or they quit. They quote unquote left or have been fired, according to this Instagram post. So that knows, that's the best source.
Narrate what happened.
Sorry, I'm just distracted by this fucking quote by the mayor of being black in America should not be the death sentence.
Yeah, I don't like that.
For 5 minutes, we watched the white officer press his knee onto a black man's neck. Blah, blah, blah. What I'm confused by is that, like, why does no one give a shit when white people die this way? Because, like, this does happen.
Let's give the premise
multiple
first.
Times
what
a year.
happened? What happened first, and then we'll.
Okay. What happens is I have no fucking clue what happened before the camera started rolling. The camera starts rolling. He is right next to a cop car, looks to be handcuffed already, and fighting with, I assume, multiple officers on him. You can't really see because they're like around the car.
Shoulders
You
up.
only see one.
Yeah. But there's definitely somebody that has his knee on the dude, like the back / side of his neck, depending on how he shifts. And he eases up, and then the guy kind of starts moving, and so he kind of shifts his weight back down onto it. He's talking about how he can't breathe. And he clearly passes out at a certain point, and they're still applying pressure to that point on his neck.
Pressure after you pass out,
That's not good.
not
dude.
good at all.
I mean, it does
You're fucked.
for sure. I don't know what happened before the footage started taking place, and like clearly, fucking sucks. Like what they did, what that one officer did was not the right move at all. What happened to get to that point, I got no clue, but it fucking sucks. Like, I hate that the fucking everybody gets to impugn their motives though. Like there was no reason other than racism. It was definitely because he was black.
No, there's a lot of reasons why I could have went hands on.
No, it's just because he's black. That's the only reason. I fucking hate that shit, man.
Yeah,
There's never a white dude in a trailer park somewhere that fights the cops and then gets
all
suffocated.
the fucking time. That's every episode of Cops.
Like that does happen. It's just no one gives a fuck when he's white.
I was about to say the reason why no one gives a fuck is because white people don't put it all over social media. Hey,
It's like
what's
this
going on?
epidemic
Yeah,
Like,
there's far more response from the black community when a black man's killed by the cops.
Except for
right or
which
wrong.
I don't know
Except
that's a
for-
bad thing. I don't.
No.
I don't even know if that is. I
That-
just hate the impugned
that
motives.
can definitely help if it was an unjustified event.
Fred's trying to get into.
Sorry.
I've been trying to talk for
No.
like 20 minutes.
Do you gotta
Let
get
him
it?
get into it.
No,
Come
it's
on.
because you can't hear me say anything.
No,
Okay,
let them
so
get into it.
there's like the 10 things to talk about now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to you're talking about why it's because white people don't go out and say, oh, this is bullshit, another white man killed and everything like that. That's because whenever somebody does post something like that, somebody from another viewpoint will go back and be like, shut up, you don't know what it feels like for the last however long.
True.
It's
but
always the same argument. And listen, I'm not discrediting anything of that sort. Yes, that absolutely happened. It was fucking horrible. But people dying is horrible. How about that? Can we just all agree? People dying
Horrible things happen.
on bad terms is a fucking bad thing. To stop thinking that because something happened, it's only because of their
Yeah,
color.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of justified homicides.
I was about to say no.
no, but
like I said,
I know what he's
within
saying.
Some people
within
should
reason.
die.
It's regardless of what race they are. If a person who's not, I
That
would say
didn't need to be
overall
killed.
a shithead.
Yeah, like
dies.
That guy was very
It's a
clearly an accidental death.
Yeah.
Like
So-
I don't. That cop didn't look murderous.
With this,
He didn't look like he was intending to murder that guy.
With this statement, we're taking out all the people that you would be like, yeah, that fucker probably deserved to die because he's a shithead. He's
Trying to
rapist,
rape or-
child,
yeah,
whatever the case
yeah.
may be. If it's a non-violent crime and somebody dies during the arrest, you're like, what the fuck happened?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But there's always
'Cause
more to
now-
the story though.
yeah,
Because all we saw was
Of course, but
Right.
we're talking about
That's I try to reserve. I
Yeah.
try to reserve judgment because I don't know what
of course.
we were talking about before of like what led up to it. I was just throwing out
don't
scenarios.
know. We
of,
don't
like,
have that video.
Did he bite officers? Did he spit in their face? Did you like clearly he was handcuffed. It really seems that way.
I have seen a lot of
And-
videos of handcuffed people fucking people up.
Oh
That-
yeah,
it happens.
yeah.
Did the article say why he was arrested or why they
He was on.
I'll wait and then I'll
Chase knows.
tell you what
Thank you.
the fuck's going on.
Yes, that's
Well,
what.
that article. I won't let you talk.
Okay,
That-
go ahead.
No,
Go
he
ahead.
won't.
That article said that it was basically like check fraud,
Yeah,
and
for-
that he was the suspect for it.
Forgery check.
And they were responding to it, which I mean, hey, it's fucking theft.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, it's a crime. Period. But
Yeah.
like the
he was in the middle of doing it when they caught him, and then that led to the arrests. And then the video starts with him on the floor, handcuffed, or hit on the street right next to a cop car. So, go ahead.
No. Forgery. They fought him in his car because he was in his car or trying to
Originally?
leave.
Yeah.
And then
Got to get him out of the car.
Got to get him out of the car. Fought him out of the car, and then moving him to their car apparently didn't go good. That's
Lot of
why he's on his face.
Yeah. I get especially like getting him into the car because I've seen it was kind of funny, but there was a video where a cop had to catch the same guy like 2 or 3 times because she went easy on him. It's like, oh, I can't breathe or can't move or whatever it was. Got up, took off running.
Yeah.
Had to catch the guy again. Had to bring him back to the car. Cuffs are too tight. Let me adjust them. Took
I
off
have
running again.
siblings.
You're like,
Weird.
come on.
yes, where they
Yeah.
try to do everything they can to go above and beyond, and
Yeah.
it just
I'm
fucks them.
trying
It
to
fucks
be
them the whole
nice,
time.
and you're trying to get away.
Mhm.
So I get that.
Do you
but-
have any idea how many videos though are out there that prove like them trying to be lenient, and then that suspect or that person after giving them
Far
leniency
more.
pulls out a fucking gun and
Far
shoots
more.
at him?
Far more.
Like, okay, I'm gonna be nice and I'm not gonna
No.
treat you like shit. Oh, and then he pulls out a gun, and shoots at me.
Dude,
what
that
sticks
kid.
in my head.
Come on.
That crazy video
What's-
from Donut Operator, that kid.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah,
When he
it's
took
having
off
like
running.
a chill conversation with him.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I get my stuff out of my car? Yeah, sure. And he fucking turns
That-
shoots the
Pop,
cop.
pop, pop.
Yeah, and he shoots the cop. Yeah,
One of the things that stick in my head was a cop
No, you go ahead.
calmly talking to a guy in a driveway. It's from the body cam footage. This dude's just messing around with the speaker in the door. He's talking to him, having general conversation. Yeah, we got a phone call. What's going on? Everything cool? Yeah, everything's got. Notices something, gets the guy in cuffs, and there's a fucking 38 behind the speaker that the guy was trying to get to. And like nothing led up to that. He didn't go hands on. He's letting the guy fuck around with the speaker while he's talking to him.
Paying attention.
Yeah. And it's just,
It
it can
works.
go 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those things where it's hard for anybody who's not in it, like you're right, to understand the stresses. But it's also, when somebody noticeably isn't moving, there does need to be a change in what you're doing. So when he's noticeably unconscious, maybe we move him. Maybe, hey, guy.
As an
Can you breathe?
outsider, I immediately thought of like, what the fuck is the plan? Like, They got him in handcuffs. He's fighting. Okay. But when he stops fighting, what do you do now? Like, it's almost like that, like a dog chasing the car. Like, what happens when we get there? Like,
I caught the car. Now.
all right, he's complying now, at least for the moment. Do we attempt to, like, let off and see if he's going to be compliant and then jump on him when he's not? Like, he's not getting anywhere. There's multiple officers on top of him.
And I can see how that's not only the job being stressful, but how it's fucking annoying to have to catch the same guy multiple times or get him to be compliant multiple times.
Yeah, they already
And it's
wrestled him in
frustrating.
his car.
They're people.
And now they're
They get
wrestling with him
frustrated.
outside of their car. I mean, I have no doubt they were fucking pissed dealing with this dude at that point. But like,
Fucking shit.
what do you do? What's the end goal? I don't get it.
There's definitely a lot of pressure on his neck. That's undeniable. The knee's on his fucking neck.
You can't.
So you were thinking, Chase? You
What
were
were you gonna
thinking
say?
fire? You
Oh
think?
no, I what I'm and just kind of relatively thinking is that they were saying that he was having a medical episode. That's what I have. Medical episode. So maybe like an excited delirium.
Yeah.
And so excited delirium kind of sucks dick to fight. So generally you need a lot of people, and you generally are going to wait there until the fire department comes over and gives them a shot
So
to
hold
fucking
him.
knock them out.
Hold him until
But
people get there.
that's
Gotcha.
just
Hold him until medical gets there.
yes,
is
and
what you have
that's
to do.
generally the thought process. Like fucking give me a fucking shot. This guy's a fucking moron.
Sedative kind of deal.
Yeah, and then we're still gonna hold him there until that kicks in, and then when he's like, okay, let's fucking get him in. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know for that.
Right.
I don't. The biggest part of why I brought it up. I mean, that's bad. Yes, we'll wait for the whole investigation before we have a good opinion about it. I hate that the fucking chief fired him already.
Just like that.
No investigation happened yesterday. They're fired today. That's not okay.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, fired the dude that's trying to work crowd control. Fired the dude that wasn't
yeah.
on his neck at all.
What the
Like,
fuck was that?
Yeah, I don't like any of it.
It's because they don't.
He was
like
supposed to
the media.
not
Yeah. They don't
Well,
want the attention.
no,
They
it's-
don't want the attention.
I mean, from the post
It's-
or from what you said, it's the fucking mayor telling the chief that you need to fire these
Yeah,
guys.
but
Because
it's,
the mayor
it's what he's
cares.
saying. It's the PR. It's that
Yeah.
attention's about to be on him. And like, let's
let's
sidestep
sweep that
this
because
shit.
they're gonna riot. And I don't want to deal with
Fire
that.
everybody.
Yeah, fire
I'm
everybody.
sidestepping
But now we have
this.
4 less dudes to deal with the writing.
Yeah, I know, but the point is that there's a lot of dumb decisions there.
Yeah.
Remember that one guy that
We made a decision
Do
quick.
you
That's all
remember
that
when
matters.
riots happened because cops didn't get fired?
But
Yeah.
remember that
I mean,
one
in
guy
the,
we talked
in the
about?
defense of that, there's no riots yet. There's just protests.
Protest. Yes.
I don't know what they're protesting though.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
think they know what they're protesting.
Absolutely right.
I'm gonna buy you headphones. The one guy that we talked about a couple episodes ago, they got fired for stating the video about going against people's constitution.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So same
Eric
fucking thing.
something?
Same thing happened to him. He got a phone call saying, "Hey, take it down. We don't want the attention. Take
Right.
it down. If you don't take it down, we're going to do something." That's what it is. Is that law enforcement agencies? Not all. I'm not speaking on everybody's behalf, but a lot of law enforcement agencies, especially
Political.
municipal agencies.
Ugh.
They don't
PDs.
like. Yeah, they work for the city manager. The chief works for the city manager. City manager is appointed by the city council.
Yeah.
City council's like, nope, we don't want any. They work with the mayor.
We're trying to go under the radar.
Yeah, we don't want any attention in this city, so get rid of them now.
We don't
Like
want
that's
any-
how that works.
But I mean, still, he's going under investigation.
They should be under investigation.
before he's
The-
fired.
yes,
Oh,
So
no,
the whole
agreed.
thing with the,
I think we're all agreed with that.
Yes.
the
absolutely.
Nick Klashnikov or whatever the fuck
I get-
his crazy
I get what
last
you're
name
Yeah,
is,
whatever.
the gym owner. When the captain that was an asshole got to take over, he came to the gym with the city manager.
Yep.
So it was really clear the city manager is
Oh,
the
yeah.
one that put the chief on
Well, I-
administrative leave and then put that guy in charge.
I mean, the fucking captain's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
yes.
But just in general, yeah, seeing how the municipals run.
But he's the piece of shit in charge.
yeah, weird how that works. I don't like that one.
He's the right kind of bootlicker.
It just seems like that's
Captain.
like everybody is media has a huge influence on
Yeah.
everything. We can all agree.
Yeah.
Media has a huge influence on everything, and some people take that to the grave. Like, okay, media coverage, we're gonna.
I was
I don't know
literally
if
just
that's a
watching.
good way of putting it.
I
Sorry.
was actually just watching a movie. I don't know if you guys seen it. Await further instructions.
Mm-mm.
Kind of the same message because they wake up one day, house is covered in shit, they can't get out, and the TV starts telling them what to do. And the overall message is that when you're scared, the TV, you look at the news essentially for instructions.
Yes.
And that's what the TV's telling them. Await further instructions, and then it tells them to do something.
well,
And then everything they do to themselves, they do to
The
themselves.
stupid box, or the
Nothing-
idiot box, is what they
Yeah.
call it.
But like the sense is like
Worst-
everything's
Worst
happening.
and best invention made by man. Yeah.
Yes.
So keep going. Sorry.
Everything they are doing to themselves. Nobody else is doing it to them. And then the TV just says, "Hey, do this now." And there's like that's the only prompt.
I can hear by your breathing.
See.
But that made me think about it. That made me
That's
think
why
about
I'm buying
it
them freaking headphones, because you can hear that too.
So, as frustrated as I can be at, like, you know, even NPR, but like your Slates and your Huffington Posts and your CNNs and how extreme they can be and negative towards all this stuff. I would say a big part of it is the grassroots level. The guys, like, that wasn't the media that was filming the cop and talking shit. That was individual citizens.
Well,
that gets shared around on Facebook and Instagram. And I don't, again, that's not a judgment call. I don't know that that's wrong. In fact, I think it's a good thing that people have phones and that they can do as much as they want.
Because you can expose some things.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, their perspectives are not very friendly towards law enforcement. And frankly, I've engaged with plenty of people. They don't want to have to think about what it's like. How do you apply violence? You start trying to get their wheels turning on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They don't want, like, it's not my job to think about that. It's my job to say, fuck you, you're doing wrong.
Yeah. I don't know how to do it, but you did it wrong.
Right.
Well, when I say media, right, that includes civilian with cell phones.
See, I don't think so.
I think it has now.
So I don't.
to be
That's
honest
like
with you.
saying society.
Well, okay. So
But a
what
trending
is media?
video might not be picked up by CNN yet, but thousands of people have seen it.
Exactly. What is media? Media is getting a piece of
Or hundreds
information out to some sort of person or other people, right?
Population.
So it's information. Media would be information, or like, for instance, the video, reaching out to other people, telling a story, or giving some sort of information, right? That would be my concept of media.
Yeah.
Media doesn't mean news anchor, journalist over here. He gave me the story. I'm reading the story the journalist gave me. It's now
you find
world spread.
news?
Anybody could be a journalist now. If I have my cell phone, I can literally film something and then instantaneously, boop, I can post it online, and millions of people can view
Now
it.
I broke
Okay.
the story.
Right?
Sure.
They have the potential of doing
How
that.
often
Right.
have
Citizen
you seen?
journalists.
So
How often have you seen a viral video before you seen it covered on the news, and it was absolutely a story
How
that
do
got
you
covered on the news?
blame-
You know what I mean?
But
How do you blame the media for citizen journalists?
no, I said media. I blame media, not the media, as if it was an
because
infrastructure.
I think there is a media infrastructure, like, undeniably, right?
And a lot of these people know what's getting posted, and it's been proven over and over again. And I'm a firm believer that it's also being censored by people. Like, people are picking and choosing what goes on their content.
Of course.
Like YouTube's already been proven that they pick and choose who they want to let see
There's
things.
several big stories
Well-
that ABC got proved that they buried.
Yes,
They bought and buried because they didn't want to get out.
there's a lot of proof out there. I mean, obviously, it doesn't hit big news.
I'm sure
Why?
it's not just them.
I mean,
Because it's about the news.
people play around with algorithms and they falsely promote things. Facebook does it, YouTube does it. Generally, it's in favor of big business more than any ideological.
The owner of
I got
whoever
censored.
owns that thing. Yeah.
Well,
I got censored.
What'd you post about?
2 weeks ago, I filmed my fish tank. 2 weeks ago, I put it on my story. I filmed my fish tank, and then Instagram fucking cut it off and said, "I'm against guidelines. If you want to protest or contest this, you can go ahead and write an email, and we'll get back to you in I think it's like 48 hours."
Were you playing music in the background?
There was music that they provided. It was you could get
From
from
the story?
from Instagram.
What are you?
So license
what'd you
should have
do
already been
wrong?
taken care of.
Nothing. I was just filming a fish tank.
I know. So what was the guideline?
They just said that in a general
don't have to
term.
tell
the
you.
guideline.
They don't have to tell
So,
you what
so you
guidelines you broke.
pissed someone off and they
buy a fish tank. Yeah,
They-
like I showed off my
No,
fish tank.
you pissed someone off just by being you, and then you filmed a fish tank and they reported you.
Was there a gun anywhere in the fish tank?
No.
Yeah, so it's just somebody randomly
Like,
fucking
this
fuck Fred.
nitro panda.
and his fish. It
And
looks
so
cooler than
one
mine.
person reports me and they take off my shit.
When they get a report,
That's how this works?
When they get a
Yes.
report, they have to take it down, and then once it's been clarified, though.
Huh.
Did you send the email?
No, I didn't give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
it's a fucking.
like it's my fish tank, bitch.
it's a fish tank. I don't feel no
But-
right of having to fucking defend
Yeah, but
that
like
shit.
he's saying, if somebody does hate you and they're just like spamming your shit,
and
which is probably happens.
you
Yeah.
had better fish shit than they did. That's probably one of those.
Yep,
things.
jealousy.
Probably.
We know who did it.
We all know who the fuck did it. It's okay. It's all right. Haters will be haters.
But going back to like what I was talking about, like so like YouTube wants
That
Fox News
motherfucker.
and CNN to be more promoted than your independent news journalists that have made their livelihood on YouTube. You know, it doesn't matter if they get. I mean, they generally have to get like triple the amount of views and triple the amount of engagement to get the same amount of recommendations from an independent to like a what I consider the media. I kind of get what you mean by like
Established media. You're talking the big names. When you say, yeah.
established media.
We're talking about,
but I don't know that I can put the blame at the feet of like individual people that see some crazy shit and film it and share their opinions. Like I don't know that's I can't put the blame on this.
Stupid shit gets picked up and goes viral all the time.
It's not that, right? Well, I guess let me break it down a little bit more from my understanding. It's the fact that technology is so great in today's society that we kind of take advantage of it, and a lot of us misunderstand it a lot. So perception, right? You will perceive things a lot based off of your own beliefs. You will perceive things a lot based off your own culture, and you will perceive things a lot of basically your own opinion about things, right? So when somebody sees something, they're going to only pick it apart. It's kind of like selective hearing, but it's not hearing. But you see what I'm saying? They're going to select certain things that they don't like, and then they're going to go full fucking force towards it. They don't
I like that idea more.
They don't give a fuck about
Sounds
full forged.
sexier.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about what happened to lead up to this idea. They don't give a fuck about what was done by this person. Like, what did this person do? They jump to conclusion. All they see is knee on neck. They don't see anything else.
You didn't learn that context is racist?
Engaging with people online generally is like really
tiring,
frustrating anyways, because it's like it's very short, poorly thought out ideas most of the time.
Sure.
I think it's
knee-jerk reactions. And
it's the society we live in.
Very emotional.
Like I'll be listening to, like, this doesn't happen anymore, but when I was running the shop, I'd be listening to a 3-4 hour podcast, and they'd be expounding upon like this really long form idea that's taking a while, and then someone would come in, listen to like 2 or 3 seconds of it, and get totally wrong what the fuck they're saying, and then say something stupid. Like, and that's not even on the internet. That's just to me while I'm listening to a fucking podcast and they come in the room.
And God forbid you don't correct them. They go out and they keep saying
I just, whatever, fucking.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't fix that there, then they're going to go out with that idea, whatever the idea was.
Sure.
Yeah, and take that little snippet and then.
But, like, okay, Elon Musk on the last podcast with Joe Rogan put this idea out, and I really like it. I've been thinking about it for a little bit.
I like me, Elon. I like him.
He was talking about how it'd be really bad for the human race if we all spoke one language, and how there's a lot of downturns to like how common English language is, how many more people are speaking it, just from it's like a combination of what he was talking about and Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. Have you ever guys listened to that shit?
No.
Well,
A couple times.
In his kind of really long podcast on World War I, he talks about the idea of like an intellectual contagion, and that's what communism was. And like Germany used it as a tool against Russia to like try to get communism to spread there to overthrow the ruler. Oh my God, dog.
Did Grandpa fart again?
Pissing and shitting everywhere.
You got a lighter?
But I feel like that's a real problem. Like it people started believing that Jews were the issue to the point to where they became second-class citizens, and then became, herded up into concentration camps and then collectively killed in Germany. And that was an idea that spread around because people started buying into it. I think there is such a thing as like an intellectual contagion, and when people don't they're not really reflective. They don't question their own beliefs very much. There's a danger.
They just
in that.
blindly follow whatever they're being told.
We joke about people being sheep, but that's kind of like a real terminology explaining things. Like there are a general population, or the general population out there, not the general, a lot of people out there. Let me say that. They have to have somebody give them direction, otherwise they're lost. Like I need somebody to tell me what to do.
That's why.
I need somebody to tell me.
Such a problem that America's lost religion in mass.
Yes,
it's a big fucking problem.
Somewhat of a guidance, at least.
Yeah, and to like bring it all back, like all of us in this room feel like what happened to this George Floyd was wrong. Like the wrong thing happened undeniably.
Yes.
Like
the problem is, where do we define where it could have changed?
Right.
At what point?
Because I don't know what ended up happening.
None of us assume that it happened because that guy hated black people.
No, it was
all four of those officers
horrible
hated black
mistake.
people.
No, I don't look at that at all like that.
Dude should be alive, but it's at what point should the officer have changed what he was doing. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't say it. I need more than a 5-minute video, but fuck, at least when he goes unconscious.
It'd be nice to be having a little bit more context. But yeah, like about the 3-minute mark when he starts losing consciousness, that's a good idea to
Really
get the
good
fuck off
time.
him for a second.
Turn him over and let him breathe a little bit.
I mean, throw him in the fucking cop car and turn him over. Let him sit up.
Yeah. Get some AC on
I
him.
think they were trying to get him there.
Where are they?
Yeah.
I mean, that's generally
Put him in a cage.
Because
Generally
they were
what it
close to the
means.
car. They were close to the car when they were doing it.
Oh, they were right by the car.
Yeah, so it could be that he was
They're-
fighting the entire
They're
time.
trying to get him to the car.
That's
but
the assumption that
better
I made.
control
Like
him.
Chase was saying, if you fight somebody out of their car, and then you're next to the cruiser, chances are you were fighting the whole fucking way.
Did he
But we don't know.
outright fire or administrative leave?
no,
fire.
they were administrative whatever leave is what I'm trying to say, because it happened yesterday, I believe.
Administrative.
So it wasn't just get the fuck out of here. They went immediately. Okay,
That's
that's a little bit more understanding than just get the fuck out of
Too
here.
quick though.
no.
How
That
many
is-
investigations
you were
can be
wrong.
done in a day?
Wrong on that one. Yeah, like so if this went, he went to jail, he didn't die, all that type of shit, right? How long would the investigation be, or how long would his trial be? You
Sure,
know, fucking month, maybe
couple months
2
away?
weeks, month.
Yeah.
Cops did something wrong. You're just fired. No.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Was it when you
That's
say
not how that
fired?
works.
It's not registering with me. Were they fired or administrative leave?
Administrative leave.
I thought when
from
usually
yesterday, today they were fired. It's not
fired.
It's not a
no.
one-day
That's what I was
thing.
asking. No, that's what I was asking. They're fired. They're done.
They're done.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking. I thought that they were just put on administrative leave
No.
until further
It
investigation.
should be like
no, they were fired.
A 2-week fucking investigation. Especially
Sure.
FBI coming out.
Sure, yeah.
They generally need to be on the books.
Yeah, I'm on track now. I thought you meant like there was no administrative leave. There was just nope. Give me your fucking shit. You get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Well,
And then I thought,
That'd be terrible.
okay, well they were put on administrative leave, and then they were fired. I didn't know that they were fired right after administrative leave. They should have been administrative leave until I get it. Yeah,
At least for the
Investigation, investigations done 2 weeks,
I agree.
whatever.
Like you're
and
saying,
then-
you can't do an
Have
investigation
a
in
good
a
one.
day.
No.
It doesn't matter how clean cut it looks.
Did they have body cams on?
Couple days.
I assume. I don't know. I
That's
don't know
not gonna be released
Many
for-
places that
Yeah, that's going to take a
don't.
minute for that to be released.
Yes, they did, because the fucking one that's standing up
Investigation.
there had one.
Yeah.
Okay, not the
Yeah.
guy on him, but the guy standing.
Well, I don't know. I
watching
mean,
the crowd.
generally, if one have them, they're all gonna have
At
them.
least a
There's
couple.
not-
If there's
This
4 of them,
Sure as hell
probably
looks
2 or
like he's
3
got
have
one,
it.
but the one that's on top of him, I don't see it. But he could be turned.
Is it on his
No.
lapel?
Don't see shit.
It's
Doesn't
not
look
on
like
his
it.
lapel.
And the other guy has it like right center of chest.
Well,
Something like right
it
here.
doesn't.
Boom.
They can put it wherever they want.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up to the officer's discretion on where they're going to place it. That makes sense.
Put it on my forehead.
Like
on
a
my
GoPro.
dick.
See this point of view. That's fucked up.
So it's super sad, but of course it's all comes back to how everything's about racism and how terrible it is for black people.
Yeah.
Being black in America is a death sentence.
This is one of those things you shouldn't have to say it, but yeah, if he did it because he's a racist piece of shit, he's a racist piece of shit. Fuck him.
The day
The
like
chances are, though, he just wasn't
they
aware
just had
what
the
fuck
best
he was doing.
investigator in the world and found out that all 4 of those cops were KKK
Just happened to be on
members.
Instagram.
Jesus
And they were
Christ.
Yeah,
We're going
that's
deep.
one of those things.
Going dark right now.
Yeah, that's one of those things. What was it that I said when we came in here? Don't
That-
contribute to malice what you can to ignorance.
You should have saved
Chances
that.
are he's fucking
Should have
stupid.
saved that quote for the end.
I'm going
'cause
to use
that's a
the
good
one. I'm going to use the one that we put on the episode that
That's a good
got
one.
that didn't get kept.
that got
Oh yeah, that's a,
Deleted.
that's a good one too.
That got unrecorded.
It's a conspiracy.
goddamn Steve Jobs.
Somebody was complaining about
Yes.
us.
Apple's listening.
And then it came off.
and that's why it came.
Well,
What
see,
app
that's
are
the
you?
good part about it because I select explicit every time I post an episode. So there's a warning on there.
Good call.
We're sons of bitches.
there's a lot of foul language going on
Nah.
amongst
Nah.
people.
That
Very-
conservative radio
very
promoter was like,
Just know.
Just
Don't listen.
when you
Just don't
listen. They
I
say
mean, listen to the intro. The first the first 30
If you-
seconds.
that's all
somebody
you
said-
need to listen to. They say fuck a lot. That's basically what we're trying to tell you guys. We say fuck a lot because that's my favorite word. Like out fucking standing.
I've noticed I said it a lot.
You're my favorite word.
I am.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Been here a lot as a recent. Just want to point
I
that out
know.
there.
We've been hanging
We've been
out.
hanging out a lot.
I kind of like
Is
it.
that is that because of the Rona or
It's because of the Rona. We're
It's because everything else is closed, so we're just like, I guess we're
the
hang
only
out.
friends that we interact with, so we got to keep interacting.
like I can't interact with other people, so I might as well just hang out with you guys. I guess. Yeah. Fuck, it's so terrible.
It's like that hospital.
My
thing.
dog's
Once
pissing
somebody
on you
visits,
because he's seen
everybody
you
has
so
to visit.
much.
He's excited.
Mark and his territory likes me more.
He likes you more, or he owns you. I think he owns you.
A little bit of both.
Yeah,
Yes.
that means your property. Now.
That means you are property. That's all you are. That's all you'll ever be.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
But anyway, yeah. Memorial Day passed. I know this is gonna be released way after Memorial Day, but just definitely want to throw that out there.
Yeah, you get away.
We
Get away
did.
for
We
7
did
days.
our time in remembrance of the fallen, and we handled it the way we handled it, and yeah. So for those out there dealing with the same shit out there,
I'm looking up things.
hope you guys had a good one, Memorial Day. And I'm not going to be that guy that comes out there and he's like, it's not about your barbecue.
It's about the barbecue. It's about the barbecue, bro.
No, if spending time with your friends and family helps you through the day, then fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a redneck way.
That's what it
Barbecue
is.
and beer.
Am I allowed to be redneck?
I don't know.
Can I?
You are granted it. Yes,
I am granted. Nice. I got permission.
You were
Isn't
saying
that-
you were saying
Isn't
y'all,
that
so
the
it's
back
okay.
on the driver's license?
Yeah,
Florida?
like I have to have it.
That's a
so,
box you have to check.
so now that I got the,
Do you have the star? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
so
You're-
now that
you're
you guys,
good.
so now that you guys granted me to be like I'm allowed to be a redneck, I have to go to the DMV now. Fuck that. I don't want to go to DMV. I don't want to be redneck anymore.
I think they just mail it to you.
Oh,
they
just,
give you
just give them a call. Be like, yo, hey, listen, there's 3 white guys that let
Where
me
do
be
you
a
own
honest
redneck.
with you?
Where do you own a house? Florida? Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. You're good.
Did you get the lift kit on your truck yet? Because as soon as you buy one, they just send
They
you the
send you the
certification.
card. Yeah, I gotta lift
It
it.
comes in a case of Busch Light.
Oh,
The
I don't
liquor
like Busch Light.
store in the middle of nowhere, like out where I'm at, owned by Middle Eastern people. I'm not sure exactly where.
Says
Fucking biggest rednecks ever.
The biggest red. Yes.
Yes, I'm not kidding.
That's awesome.
They may be of Pakistani descent, but they are fucking rednecks
it's a
through and
marketing
through.
ploy.
Yeah.
They know
I know.
their
They've been there that
Hey
long.
there,
man.
brother.
It's
You
like
want-
Do they do that? I don't know, brother. Oh, that was a terrible accent.
Hey there, brother. You want to get some Bud Light?
it's like a 4th generation thing.
They know. Yeah.
What's that video of the Asian guy getting? He was getting in an argument with some guy in New York. He's an Asian guy, but very New York accent. And like the caption was, "That came out of nowhere."
Yeah, like you think he was about to be
Yeah.
like it was like straight from Asia. Yeah. Because I was like, hey, I'm walking in.
Like, what the fuck?
So now that I have my redneck card, I feel
What are you
very
gonna do
accomplished
with
in life. I don't know. What can you do with it? What can you do with a redneck
You can
card?
lift your truck 6 inches higher now.
Oh, I can go higher?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was going to get like ridiculed for how much I've lifted
You're
it so
also
far.
allowed to run a flag behind it.
Oh,
Behind the
buying one
truck.
tomorrow.
What
Yep.
kind of flag?
Whatever you feel like.
Oh, I know.
America flag, don't tread on me flag, Confederate war flag,
I'm-
whatever.
I'm
you
doing
know.
it. Doing
You can't do the Filipino flag though.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, they do take it away.
They take that away
They
from me?
take it away.
What the fuck?
That's
Well,
fucked up.
Mexican flags are allowed.
That's true.
I'm just going to have like
I mean,
all
you can do
the
a Mexican
flags.
flag.
Dude, you can have the Filipino flag.
Rock that
Everybody
shit.
be confused. Like, what is this?
Nobody
I don't
would ever
understand
know
what
what it
that
is. They're going to
is.
look at it and be like, look, it's red, white, and blue, and yellow.
I can see him. I can
Don't
see
tread
him.
on me.
I can see him
America,
going to a-
Mexico, all right.
What is that?
Confederate flag, all right. What the fuck is that shit?
Burn
He's at,
them!
he's
Burn
at
them
some
alive!
fucking racetrack, and they're like, "What?" The?
Like, you got
Burn
people-
that rubber boy.
That's a nice truck you got there. What is that? What is that thing you got in the back there? What is that? What we got? Some sun and stars on it and shit like
Man,
that.
I didn't know if I'd like you, but we went out mudding, and now we're good.
I don't even care.
Let
what
me
flag
see
it
your
is.
ID. You got the star? All right, we're good.
You got the star.
We
We good.
confuse the shit out of me
He's
with
all
that
right.
flag,
Let's go
but-
get some fucking beer.
Yeah, you brought a case of beer, so I like it.
Well, that's all we got for y'all today.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good job. Keep going with it.
And thank you for listening to the Covert Standard. I've got.
Please stop.
I've got.
Keep going.
This is like when Chase seen
You
himself.
got 30
Keep
more
going.
seconds. You better commit.
Keep going.
I've got Chase Bad Karma Live.
I don't have anything for that. Next.
I've also got the clear malfunction.
Thank you for listening, folks.
I got El Jefe over here in the corner.
It doesn't feel right saying what I was gonna say.
No.
So
we
fuck
can't,
you.
We can't do it now.
So fuck you too, buddy. So thanks for listening. Make sure you go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the page, and we'll get going now.
Have a drink on us. You know the difference between a cracker and a redneck?
What is the difference? What's the difference?
Go ahead.
Redneck starts shit. Crackers finish it.